Going in. Oh, the ballista's coming in. No, the ballista's coming in. Oh my god, every single shot gets some hits. That's such a bad thing right there because the berserkers, you don't want to lose the berserkers, but the berserkers are now going to try to chase down the Rohan bodyguard who are constantly doing cycle trips. Oh, the trebuchet. Hey guys, what's up? It's Apollo here. Hope you guys are doing well, and today we're gonna witness the Revenge of Isengard. This, of course, is another custom scenario for 3rd Age Reforged made by KuroGuroChan, and this is not a lore-friendly battle. It's a made-up story, and it's a pretty cool backstory. I enjoy it. So basically what's happening here is that the beacons were lit from Gondor, and Theoden is going to answer the call for aid, and he's building up an army. He has a strategic village in his lands that is storing most of the food and supply for that army. Well, Isengard, they're not done yet. So this is after Hornburg or Helm's Deep and the Siege of Isengard. But the Uruk-hai who survived those two battles, they went to the Misty Mountains to look for shelter, and they formed an alliance with the orcs of the Misty Mountains, and they gathered up an army to seek revenge. They're not necessarily here to conquer anyone. They just want to like destroy the plans for Theoden and hurt the Rohirrim's army. So that's basically why they're here. So what Theoden did is that he has a small mercenary army defending his supplies, but there are going to be some reinforcements. So if you look over in this corner, we have Eomer, who's going to lead a small force, just a small section of that army, to come back and try to save these supplies, because it's going to be vital for their for their army. So they can't let it pass. So there's a couple rules for this battle. It's not too complicated. So you see this watchtower right here. The attackers, Isengard, has to capture this watchtower. Then they can advance upon the village, and then the orcs of the Misty Mountains can then mobilize their forces into the farmlands of Rohan. Also, as they are attacking the watchtower, this unit right here, it's a new unit, Mounted Shield Maidens. They have to quickly ride over to Eomer and tell him about the situation. Once they do that, then they can show up 15 minutes later. So they are, you know, this is a battle against the clock, essentially. Isengard's got to move fast, take out this arrow tower, and then attack the village before the reinforcements show up. So yeah, that's pretty much the rules. Now let's check out the army comps, and then I guess we can get started with this one. Let's start with Isengard, the attackers first. So the first army is commanded by Static Mango. So his army is consisting of just a classic Isengard force of Uruk raiders, reavers, infantry, crossbows, and even some archers in the back. He does have a Uruk-hai bodyguard for his general, so pretty basic force there. He also has some warg riders. And then over on the next army, which is really hidden in the trees here, we have Rules 1, who's bringing, again, a very similar army, raiders, infantry. I think this is a new unit. Yeah, this right here, the Champions of the White Hand. So pretty cool unit right there. It's just Uruk-hai on warg riders instead of orcs. It's pretty intimidating, but yeah, pretty solid force. Pikes, I think he's even got some berserkers back here. Berserker is always useful in battle. So let's move on to the final attacking army, which of course are the orcs of the Misty Mountains, commanded by Miles, the catapult guy. So he's got heavy goblin infantry, and he's also bringing some heavy goblin halberds. We do have some mountain Uruk pikes. I don't know if that's a new unit, but I don't remember seeing them. But he does have a couple new units. Let me show you back here. It's the Blackback Mountain Berserkers. I don't know if that's a Brokeback Mountain joke, but yeah, the Blackback Mountain Berserkers, which is a pretty cool name. It looks like they're dual wielding blades. They're wearing a cloak and some black armor, so they do look really cool. So we're gonna see a couple new units in this battle, which is exciting because, you know, Rohan, we never get to see Rohan. So that's his army. Let's move on to the defenders. So there's actually 3 defending players. The first player we're going to look at is the one who has troops over at this watchtower. His name is Timo. So he has some mounted shield maidens, and he also has some archers as well. He's also got dismounted shield maidens, which is just like a shielded axe infantry. You can't see them just yet, but you will see them. They're about right here on the battlefield. So they're pretty cool. Like this unit is an axe throwing unit, but they're also pretty good at fighting in melee. So they're pretty cool. It's going to be awesome to see see them on the battlefield. And then over on reserves, we have Happy Meal, who's going to be sending up the reinforcement professional army. He's bringing Helm for his archers, and then he has some Royal Lords, which is a new unit. We've seen them before, but they're like a heavy cav for the general. And then we have Rohan bodyguards. Actually, you know what? The general's in the bodyguard unit, not in the lords unit. My bad. And then here's some horse archers. Of course, you got to bring the horse archers. Of course, you're bringing the royal guard. Oh my god, excuse me, choking on my own spit. And then we have mounted shield maidens and some axemen. So he's bringing a mix of cav and infantry. The final army is the mercenary army. So let me see, where is that? Mostly located in the village, protecting the supplies. So he's bringing, or by the way, it's commanded by KuroGuroChan, bringing merchant militia. Yeah, we do have some cool new units for the Free Peoples of Eriador. So he's got the Cardolin Elders, which looks like a hunting bow unit. He also has some pikemen back here, the Cardolin Footmen, and some archer militia for his mercenary force. He also has the farmers out in the farmlands, so he's got a couple of lumbermen who are, I assume are like the people, the citizens of this town, picking up their axes and trying to defend it because they really don't have a choice, and they're going to be using their axes that they used to cut down trees, but now they're going to use them for battle, which, you know, whatever, it works. So yeah, that's pretty much it for the armies. Let's go ahead and do normal speed and begin the battle. So it actually starts, of course, near the Watchtower. Oh, went a little too far there. So the archers, you know, they're looking overhead. This is the point where they're like, oh my god, this is terrible. How did we not see them from, you know, miles away? I guess all the scouts up here, the people who are, you know, watching this post, they're all nearsighted and they just look like smoke. It's like, oh, that's just smoke coming forward. No, that's an army. Warn the village, ring the bell. And then, of course, you have the shield maidens who are on their way going to Éomer to warn him. So again, once this unit gets to, I think like right here, like right next to these units, then the 15-minute timer begins. So Isengard is, yeah, he's moving up his forces. Again, remember, 15 minutes. He's got to move fast. He's got to go through these forests, and he's got to try to take out this arrow tower so the full assault can really begin before the reinforcements show up. Now, of course, they're not going to win the battle before Éomer shows up with the reinforcements, but they're gonna try to do as much damage before he actually appears on the battlefield. So there they go, running through the forest. Looks like he is sending most of his Uruk-Reivers towards the Watchtower, which is pretty smart because I think the Reivers are the cheapest unit. Like, they're the worst unit. They're still a really good unit, but I think they're the worst unit in terms of the rest of his infantry. So he's definitely going to send, you know, almost like a cannon fodder, but not really, because they're still going to do well. But, you know, with all the archers up here, it's gonna cause a lot of issues for him. So, yep, I think it's pretty smart that he's sending up the Reivers first. So the Reivers are in position. They're now charging up this hill. They've got them in loose formation, which is always wise. Also on the other side, he's got another small force that's about to approach the slope of this hill that leads to the Watchtower. The archers are now letting loose some arrows, trying to soften up their numbers before they actually get to the front line. You can see the rest of his army. Look at that huge, massive army in the background as the Reivers continue to climb this hill. They're already winded, but now they're about to take a bunch of battle axes into the face, or throwing axes, I should say. So there they go. Look, you can see the back line loading up, and they're tossing their axes. Look, that's so cool. That is pretty cool. That's pretty neat. So unfortunately, these shield maidens, they can try to fight their way out of this, but here comes the first collision of infantry, and they're still going to throw their axes. So I assume they're in guard mode, because I think when you're in guard mode with a skirmishing unit, even though some of the troops in the front line are fighting in melee, the troops in the back will still throw their axes and use their ammo. Now, they could have used all their ammo there, because it looks like none of them are throwing their axes again. So the shield maidens are in shield wall, and also on the other side we have Uruk-Reivers who are going to try to break through this shield wall. Also, once again, we've got the axes being tossed into the front line. Very nice. Also with the support of the archers, they are doing a heavy amount of damage, but will it be enough? I mean, for one thing, it's going to slow down this assault. And that's what they all, you know, they don't need to win this engagement. They don't have to protect the arrow tower, but if they can stand here as long as they possibly can, then that will help for reinforcement's sake. Because remember, the attackers cannot fully attack until they take this arrow tower. So the shield maidens, I mean, it's pretty funny. I was looking at the shield maidens, and they have like some male officers and like banner carriers, and that's gonna be a nice unit to be a part of. It's like, all right, I'm part of the shield maidens. All right, ladies, time for bed. Time to go to sleep. We got a battle in the morning. You know they're not sleeping. Anyways, moving on. Stupid joke. All right, so they're still fighting. You can see the arrow tower in the background, which looks pretty cool. They're kind of breaking their shield wall, but again, they're doing some pretty heavy damage to these reavers. Over on the other side, the reavers look like they're starting to overwhelm their numbers. The archers are no longer, well, they're still firing, but they're no longer protected because we do have some reavers who are getting shot point blank, trying to silence these archers and save the lives of their comrades. Oh, yep. Got the good old archer glitch going on here. The reaver's just like, what do I do? Overhead smash. Oh man, what's wrong with you? You're glitching out, dude. So yeah, the reavers are pushing, doing a lot. They're just slowly penetrating the shield maidens. I shouldn't have used that combination of words. They're breaking through the shield maidens lines, and I mean, it's no surprise. They did their best, but they were so heavily outnumbered. And but you know, they did their job, and that's to delay them as long as possible. Now the wargs are going in as well, attacking the archers in the back. Just doing some nice hit and run tactics. Just, you know, going in, saying hello, and then saying goodbye. So yeah, the reavers are starting to break around. You see, they're really pushing on this side flank, able to get behind the shield wall. And you know, the shield walls are tough to break, obviously. But once you get around them, it's not a big deal. Look at this lone reaver. He's like, I'm on the flank. They don't even see me. They're still trying to throw their axes, which they are throwing their axes towards the warg riders. Unfortunately, nobody dies from that volley. And now they're going to charge into the other side of the shield maidens. And it's only a matter of time, guys. But that's the point, right? Hopefully it's a long amount of time. Still waiting for those reinforcements. So this shield maiden's down to 17. Over on the other side, this unit's down to 47. So they're still going kind of strong here. But again, look at this formation. Look at the reavers. They still have their archers, which they're bugging out. Oh, look at a little mini archer. Yeah, so it's weird. Like, whenever archers in this mod are in a weird terrain, like, position, like it's a weird, I don't know. It's just sometimes the archers glitch out, and then they, like, bug out, right? And then they die, and then they become really small. I don't know. It looks weird. I don't know why that happens, but it just does. Don't question it. So do you think this was a good idea for Isengard to just send up their reavers? Do you think they should have maybe pushed up more troops to try to take this arrow tower very quickly? Because if you look at the time, I mean, it's running out. And remember, I made that cut in the video, so there's probably more time has gone by than the actual battle length, maybe. So I think it's only going to be another 5 minutes or so till the reinforcements show up from Happy Meal, who's leading the professional Rohirrim army. But the archers are now breaking. A unit of 27 breaking to the reavers. Got their Orthanc captain here giving out the commands. They're cheering. They're like, we've taken the arrow tower. And then they're going to put like a nice Isengard flag right there. And really it's down to the archers. A unit of 87 archers. Defeat seems certain, which is, yeah, that's a good observation. I don't think you're going to be coming out of this one alive. Here comes the charge downhill from the Reavers. So they're now really surrounding these guys pretty effectively. Oh yeah, look at that in the background. Look at those giant Reavers. Who's ready to split their skulls. These poor men of Rohan, hopefully they have quick deaths. They're gonna try to escape, but yeah, that's not the way. Your best bet is just to pretend you're dead. You know, just be on the battlefield, pretend. Just wait. We'll wait for them to go away. They're not gonna be up here forever. But yeah, right away the Reavers are abandoning the arrow tower. They captured it. Now this main army can push forward, and the orcs of the Misty Mountains, they can now, yep, here we go. They can now begin their advance. So it's almost like the orcs of the Misty Mountains, they were trying to hide their assault. They're like, oh, well, we can't push into the farmlands until you take out that arrow tower. But does it really matter? You know, like if Isengard's marching through the forest and they set off the alarms, it's not like they're going to be prepared for the other side now for this other massive army. You might as well just push forward. But whatever. It's a cool little, you know, got to take out the arrow tower, like, little game mode. I don't know. I don't even know. I'm just rambling on at this point. All right, so the orcs, the underground goblins, they are going to push to the farmlands. The lumbermen, of course, they're going to hold strategic little choke points around these walls. And you'd think, you know, these walls are pretty short. You could probably just hop over them. But no, orcs are too stupid to do that. And they're going to only be able to run through this gap. Oh, the lumbermen are actually retreating. And then they're going to turn back and try to get a charge bonus. That's pretty smart. Trying to, you know, use the charge bonus of those big two-handed units. Those shock infantry type of units. So there's the fight going on for the farms. And we do have more and more of the goblin infantry looking for ways to flank around. We've got some lumbermen waiting in reserve on this side as well, so we're going to get another impact charge pretty soon. Let's see. Let's see. So another unit of underground goblins. Here we go. No, the lumbermen are going to stand their ground instead of charging back. So they're going to miss out on that charge bonus. But they should do all right. I really don't know the stats of the underground goblins. I think they're pretty good. So the lumbermen, I don't know. I mean, I don't know who's gonna win this one, but I'm gonna go with the underground goblins for sure. Let's see how the fight's going on. Let's see, where is that other fight? Is it up here? Oh yeah, it's up here. Yeah, the lumbermen already down to 97 and counting, 93 now, 92. So they're dropping pretty quickly against these underground goblins, and they are about to be outflanked. You can see they're using multiple paths to get around this outer defense. Also over on this side, we've got some cav engagements. So we have the merchants taking on the champions of the White Hand, and I'm not gonna lie, that unit kind of sounds like a white supremacist unit. The champions of the White Hand. Whatever. But yeah, the merchants going in. They're now surrounded by enemy warg riders. So rules 1 setting in warg riders. There goes the nail in the coffin surrounding these merchant heavy cav. We do have reinforcements. More merchant cav trying to outflank the counter flank. Outflank the original flank that he... Oh, and now we have Rohan charging in. He's got his heavy lancers engaging in this massive brawl of cav. Beautiful. I love these giant cav battles. So Rohan's got to continue to just constantly cycle charge, keep moving the cav. I think he also has some horse archers as well. Oh, Happy Meal has arrived. The reinforcements have arrived, guys. Oh yeah, yep. Here comes the infantry. Got dismounted royal guard. I assume most of his cav is in. Yep, look at this. Most of his royal guard and his mounted shield maidens and his horse archers are ready to go and ready to defend this village. So Eomer was here to show up in time. So I think the attackers could have done a little bit better job of moving up their forces. I mean, I don't know. Maybe it just attacking that arrow tower first. It just took a lot of time because of the giant hill they had to climb, and just it was a pretty solid defensive position for the Rohirrim infantry that was up on the hill. So it just took a while to take out, and since that took so long, Eomer was able to show up with reinforcements in time. But the merchant cav running off some warg riders. The warg riders are disengaging because they are getting peppered down from arrows from the horse archers of Rohan. They are now stuck in melee though. The merchant cav able to sneak up on them. but they're gonna fall back. More and more units falling back, and then we have the massive approach from Isengard. Really pushing forward. Look at this massive army, guys. Is this 2 armies? Yeah, it is 2 armies. It's like, man, this is a huge army for 1 player. Really, it's actually, it pretty much is 1 player's army. There's just a couple units from the other player. I think the other player is pushing his army around this way. Is there a fight going on here? No, he's going up this hill for whatever reason. I don't know why he's doing that, but all right. Let's see. Oh, what is this? We got some Reavers out of position. Rohan's going to take advantage of that. He's got some shield maidens. Just watching them, I guess. Just tracking them down. Where are those Reavers going? I don't know. Probably attack the village. That's probably a good guess. All right, let's head back over to farms. Let's see how the fight's going on here. So it looks like the goblins are victorious at killing the lumbermen, the civilians of this great, beautiful farmland. And more underground goblins attacking some lumbermen. We do have some scouts in the mix as well. And here comes a flanking charge from the heavy lancers. So this has been a really messy battle so far. I mean, there's no proper battle line. It's very like almost like an urban battle where there's streets, but instead of streets, there's like strategic farming choke points. And of course the cav, just the cav running everywhere. You got wargs, you got merchant cav, you got of course the Rohirrim cav. So it's been a really messy fight in no proper battle lines. And you're gonna see a lot of units just getting outflanked and outmaneuvered because of that. It's just so open over here. All right, what do we... Oh, more Warg Riders, champions of the White Hand, trying to chase down the merchant cavalry. And then we have more horse archers. I think they used up all of their ammo, though. So they're actually... Or no, or maybe. They've got their swords out. No, now they got their bows out. Okay. So they might have some ammo left. Who knows? But are they in range of any Isengard archers? They are. So they've got to watch out for that. So now that Isengard has pushed up his main army, it's going to get tricky. I mean, with the archer support, they're going to be able to shoot down the cav. And that's always a great counter to killing cav that's just running around. If you got archers nearby, you can really soften them up, get a couple kills as they run by, or even charge towards you. Even a heavy cav, very effective. So the champions of the White Hand chasing down some heavy lancers who are trying to constantly cycle charge the underground goblins. So they're gonna try to stop that. Now that's a very slippery unit right there. Slipping by, still with a unit of 31. And oh, we got some scouts moving in as well. So they might be going for some archers. Or they might be going for some raiders. Yep, they're gonna charge the infantry. The raiders are gonna do a counter charge. He's got them in loose formation, which is a pretty effective formation against a cav charge. Because when you have your troops bunched up, the cav is going to be able to penetrate more lines, but if they're spaced out, it won't be as effective. So the raiders are going to chase them down. That's going to be it for the scouts. Again, the scouts are not exactly a great unit, so they're not going to last very long. Over on this side, it looks like we also had a small engagement of cav against reavers. That might have been the shield maidens. I'm not too sure. Are those women or... No, it looks like that's a beard. Unless it's a bearded woman. But it looks like the Uruk pikeman was there to stop that charge. And now they're just kind of sitting back with this massive force preparing to begin their massive assault upon this village. Now look at the fortifications here. We've got axemen, we have archer militia, woodland hunters. We've got all kinds of different units that are ready to defend this town center. So I can imagine it's going to get very choke pointy, very grindy soon. Because this battle has been very not grindy so far. Very ungrindy. Here's the mounted shield maidens. What are they doing? What are the shield maidens doing? I think they're getting in range to try to throw some throwing axes over at the Uruk-hai raiders. Or no, they're gonna run right by that infantry. They're going for the archers, guys. They're gonna try to maneuver around and go for a rear charge on the archers. Let's see if they can pull it off. Or not. I mean, who knows? Oh, there's some crossbows back. Oh, God, the crossbows. That's going to sting a little bit. Oh, yeah. Yep, look at that. That was gross. That was pretty gross. But they're still going to be able to pull off a charge. And unfortunately, they don't have lances. So a suicide charge from the shield maidens. I mean, who gave out that order? You know, like, we could sneak the shield maidens, right? They can get behind their army, do a suicide charge into the crossbows. It's like, but we're gonna send the women to do that? It's like, yes, it's our only hope. So yeah, not exactly a not exactly a like a strategy that's gonna save this unit. It's gonna be a suicide strategy. He killed some of the crossbows, but I don't think that was a very effective charge. I think he should have just saved that unit because, like I said, I don't think he killed enough for it to be worth it. Let's head back over to the farmlands where the goblins, the orcs in the Misty Mountains, they cheer over the dead, fallen soldiers of Rohan because they now claim the farmlands, and this is where they begin to burn down the buildings and hopefully bring horror to the hearts of the brave soldiers of Rohan. So we've got some berserkers who are hiding. We do have some orc bodyguard. I think they're just resting up their army. Oh wait, hold on. We do have some heavy goblin infantry way out of position, getting shot with arrows and getting charged down by heavy lancers. And here comes another charge from Timo, sending in his heavy lancers as well. So now this unit is down to 32 men, or should I say 32 goblins. I should say that, because they're goblins. So the goblins are going to try to chase down these heavy lancers. Really no point in doing that. Maybe Miles is just trying to test out the waters here a little bit, just seeing what the defenses are all about, or maybe just trying to get him to waste some ammo, which he is doing that. There's no reason to shoot some arrows at this unit. At this point, this unit's pretty much not effective. I mean, with the cav charging him down, there's no need to waste those arrows. And trust me, you're going to need these arrows in this battle against all those archers from Isengard and the crossbows. Look at this army. Look at this. Huge, ginormous. This is ridiculous. A lot of raiders. My God. This is, oh man, I don't know. Look at the balance of power. The defenders are going to need to pull off a miracle here to win this one. Now, anything is possible in these kind of battles when it's such an open field because you have that cav, because you know you can charge in and get some ridiculous cav charges. But we do have some horse archers actually fighting some Uruk-hai archers. So I assume these horse either... So one, he used up all his ammo and he's like, all right, I'm going to charge this unit in melee. Or two, he still has ammo, but he saw an archer unit way out of position. So he's going to go ahead and charge in and try to pin these guys down so they can't meet up with their main army. Archers, I can't stress this enough. Archers are so vitally important in an assault like this. Because, they can really, skirmish down defending infantry. Here comes a royal guard, though. These guys are going to easily butcher these guys. These guys are going to butcher these guys. All right, then the horse archer is still in the fight in prolonged melee. That's unfortunate for Isengard. They lose a lot of troops there. Very, very unfortunate. And he does have some... Oh, these guys are breaking. Yeah, a unit of 52, but they could return. They're routing. They're not shattered, so you want to make sure you kill them. Again, you want to kill as many archers as you can because that's way less arrows, just firing down at this huge... Like, look, this is an archer's dream, trying to fire into this huge blob. Oh, yes, we got the Rittermark Axemen. Beautiful. We also have another Axemen unit called Marshals of the Red. They have red shields. They have red. Obviously they've got a red color scheme. We forgot to look at them during the army comp phase, but they do look really cool. And the archers are going to try to fire back. So it's not like the defenders have nothing against this archer force, Like they're still going to be able to hold their own and try to skirmish down the enemy archers. Now we got some reavers. So he's sending up the reavers. He's really dedicated in killing this cav unit. Uh-oh, Rohan's mobilizing some forces, though. Oh, yeah. Oh, we got an infantry charge from the Reavers. So Isengard is rules one, who's commanding this Isengard army. He's not going to slow down. He's gonna full-on attack. He's not going to let his archers do all the work. He wants his infantry to go in there. And let's see, what did these Reavers... Oh, the Reavers able to catch the heavy lancers. Timo not paying attention. So he's going to lose a small cav unit. And sure, it's a pretty depleted small unit. It's not a huge deal, but it's kind of a big deal because with cav units, even if they're really small, they can be very effective. It's not like infantry. So they are going to get out of there with 8 men left. And the infantry is pouring down the streets now. And oh my god, look at those archers. The arrows going after the underground goblins. So this is a nice little stand for the defenders because of how it slopes upward. So giving the archers back here a clear shot to Isengard's army. Beautiful. Absolutely beautiful. Alright, so is Isengard going to commit onto multiple flanks? It looks like just now he's only attacking 2 different flanks. And look at the shield wall from the Royal Guard of Happy Meal. Just forming this awesome wall of men. Who, you see, Rohan doesn't have walls. Well, they do actually, but their walls are their men. Like Sparta. Not really. They're more of a cav people. And, you know, Edoras has walls, so... in this case, their walls are their men. So Uruk-hai Raiders in the mix. They were flanked by the heavy lancers. They're gonna turn back into, oh my god! The side flank out of nowhere. More heavy lancers coming in. The Reavers are like, oh crap, we should have protected your flank. Sorry, dude. So yeah, that was a great charge. Sneak. See, that's what I'm talking about. That's what Rohan needs to do during this whole battle if they have any chance of winning this one. Now, of course, the Axemen of Rohan, they are doing a pretty good job of holding this front line against multiple units. Also, look at all the arrow support. That might be a factor of why they're still holding pretty effectively. But we can see that it's not one-sided. The Isengard archers, look at that. They're killing a lot of these woodland hunters and the archer militia. So it's not like it's just they can sit back and blast away the Isengard infantry with arrows. They are suffering some casualties from the enemy archers. Now we have some merchant militia who are about to reinforce that front line because the Axemen are starting to show some signs of wavering, of breaking, thinning out. They're down to 51. Let's see, still nothing going on here. We do have some cav reserves just waiting for the perfect opportunity to strike. Isengard is playing it safe. He's formed this bit of a box here. Look at that. A box to protect his main infantry, which is crazy. But that's what you got to do against Rohan. I mean, the relentless cav charging. I mean, that's the reason why Isengard has pikes in the first place. It's because Saruman is trying to kill a horse people. So of course you're gonna have pikes. The pikes are doing a good job protecting their more vulnerable infantry. The Uruk-hai Raiders now getting past the infantry. The merchant militia, though, instead of like protecting the entire road, it looks like they're just focusing on the left side, taking on raiders. So now there's a big opening here, a gap, and we have more Uruk-hai Raiders that are going to surround the merchants, and that's not a good sign. KuroGuroChan got himself in Chan got him in a sticky situation where he's now surrounded, getting shot at with arrows and surrounded by enemy infantry. Alright, let's zoom out once again. So yeah, that's the reason why Isengard is not really attacking this position here, because of the enemy cav. If they push and try to take this position, obviously the cav's going to be able to hit them in the rear as the infantry pushes. And don't forget, we do have some trebuchets here and catapults. So they definitely need to get those catapults, that artillery mobilizing and trying to get some good hits on this army. My God, look at this force. I don't know if it's just Isengard. It looks huge. Like, I think they really buffed up the numbers of Uruk-hai in each unit. So this is gonna be a monster invasion. All right, let's go back here, where the epic brawl continues on. You gotta feel bad for the merchant militia, because like as of right now, they're like, all right, we're killing some raiders, and then they look upon the horizon and they see an ocean of black, and they're like, oh my god, screw these supplies. We're not gonna be able to hold against this army of such reckless hate. All right, let's see. Oh, what do we got here? All right, so I think there was a little bit of a tussle here. Not really missing much. I think there's some cav charges. Looks like they charged in some pikemen. That's why you mostly see some dead cav. But we have the orcs in the Misty Mountains now, maybe possibly trying to push upon the ballista crew on this nice slope, giving them a good angle. At the same time, we have some infantry greenweight guards protecting this ballista. So they're loading up their shots. They're going to try to get some flanking shots. And here we go, guys. What do we got? Oh, look at this unit. Black Watch Legion. Oh my god, they have skulls. Each of them have 2 skulls. And they're not fresh skulls. Those are some, they've been dead for a while. Those are some clean skulls. It would be kind of gross to see like rotting flesh off the skulls. But they probably eat the man flesh, you know? There's the charge. Oh my god, this is going to be tough for the Royal Guard. You gotta, I mean, imagine being a Royal Guard at this point and be like, oh my god, are those skulls? That's pretty gothic, man. That's pretty vamp. That's pretty dark. All right, let's see what's going on the back here. I think he is firing his trebuchet. I think in the corner of my eye, I saw some, yep, fiery balls of justice going for this giant army in the back. The huge reserves, or no, actually, maybe he's going for the main force that's attacking the streets. Oh my god, yeah. So the defender's not exactly doing a great job here of defending these streets. Just not, they're surrounded essentially. Yeah. Got more axemen. Just surrounded. I mean, they've got their backs to the... Oh, artillery coming in. There's the cav charge from some Rohan bodyguard trying to support his royal guard. Lots of arrows from coming from both directions. And the pikes. See, the Uruk-hai, they're probably telling the orcs of the Misty Mountains, they're like, guys, you're going to need some pikes. If we're going to attack Rohan, you're going to need some major pikes. So that's why the Mountain Uruk pikes, they've got some nice pikes. But they are getting shot up by those arrows. An unbelievable amount of arrows. There's the charge. Now sending in the pikes. And there goes the ballista firing, or not the ballista, the trebuchet firing in the background. Trying to get a good hit. Getting really close. But the black back mountain berserkers waiting to kill their prey. So he might be going in. Oh, the ballista's coming in. No, the ballista's coming in. Oh my god, every single shot gets some hits. That's such a bad thing right there, because the berserkers, you don't want to lose the berserkers, but the berserkers are now going to try to chase down the Rohan bodyguard, who are constantly doing cycle charges. Oh, the trebuchet. The trebuchet now hits. Oh, is that another hit over? No, that one missed. But jeez, that's unfortunate. Rohan kind of stretching out their forces here, so he might even engage some infantry to try to fight for this corner against the Rohirrim. And now Isengard mobilizing their raiders and the Uruk-hai infantry. So this is where things are starting to get pretty serious. This is where the evil armies, Isengard and the orcs, are running on all cylinders. You know, the full war machine is fully operational and mobilizing as they take on the final stand of Rohan. Here's the charge of the infantry. They will get their revenge, dang it. There's another Uruk-hai infantry joining the fight. The berserkers are now in the front line. So beautiful, beautiful battle over here. And oh, nice hammer and anvil. Yeah, I expect to see a lot of hammer and anvil. So they're going to disengage. They're going to fall back. We have more cavalry pushing for the goblin crossbows. That's a good target to go for. So Miles, the catapult guy, having no answer for this Rohan cav. A lot of the forces, look at this, outflanked and about to get charged in the backs. So Rohan, there is hope at last. The balance of power, though, 52% of the attackers have been killed, 47% of the defenders. There's a charge. So the percentage is slightly in favor of Rohan, but they need to have that percentage advantage because they are defending against a much larger force. So there they go, falling back once again, doing some beautiful cycle charges, getting a bird's eye view of this this nice tactics here of the Cav, the Rohirrim Cav. Over on the other side, nothing really going on. As you can see, the Cav he had over on this side, obviously he pushed over to this side. So he can now continue the cycle charges. The ballista also firing as well into the backs of this orc army. Or the ballista firing into the orc army, not into the backs. The Cavs charging into the backs of the orc army. The Uruk-hai infantry, this is a huge blob of forces, but they've got to send something over here to protect their rear. They've got nothing. So finally, they're sending over some Uruk-hai infantry. They need to send some pikemen. They need to send some major pike support on this side. So they're trying to save the crossbows with the Uruk-hai infantry. And the Royal Guard, look how fast they are. Just super devastating. Extremely devastating. They go in and out very quickly. But unfortunately, the Royal Guard, their numbers are thinning. Oh wait, no, we have the Merchant Militia joining into the fight as well. So the Merchant Militia, the mercenaries showing up for a last second support for these Royal Guard. The archers are still firing, even though it's just like chaos all around them. Just keep firing. Kill as many as you can from afar. It'll make it easier for when they get up close. More Royal Guard. This Royal Guard's doing a little bit better, but this is a huge concern here. Isengard always got some, what is this, Nazgûl? This is like super professional berserkers, like well-disciplined berserkers it looks like. So yeah, they're able to sneak behind the Merchant Militia. And now their outer defenses are crumbling. They need epic cav charges. They need them now. As many as possible. Keep charging. Just keep chipping away at this army because there's still a ton of force. Look at this. It's like a great black ocean is just swarming into the streets of this village of Rohan. So now things are getting pretty tricky over here. So Rohan sending in Helmingas, sending in their archers to do the dirty work of heavy infantry. So look at that Isengard just being relentless. And we got some pikes in the back now pushing forward. Still a lot of arrow support, really, from both armies. Oh, yeah. Look at that. That's what I'm talking about. This is a prime target for that trebuchet. Keep on firing. Keep on firing. So many brave men lost their lives so far in this fight. Look at the arrows. You can see them just both directions. Like, it'd be so cool if you could see arrows like hit each other midair and they just kind of fall harmlessly to the ground. Oh! Trebuchet getting really close there. I think Isengard should be able to claim this corner. But what is this? More cav coming in, trying to attack the pikes before they properly form up, and that's exactly what they do. Able to get a good charge before they can properly put down their pikes, and they're going to pull out just like that before it's too late. The banner carrier is going to fall back. Very nice. Let's head back here where we see Rohan. Well, they're holding in shield wall formation against the Black Watch Legion, a very terrifying Black Watch Legion. But it's only a matter of time until they break through. Yeah, the Royal Guard is surrounded as well. The Trebuchet, oh, come on. Like, what is this formation? You're just asking to get killed by the Trebuchet at this point. Like, this is just like, kill me. You're holding up a big sign. Aim for me. Go for it. Let's head back here. We're actually, Isengard, see, he's pulling back some troops. He realizes that, like, hey, this is not going to be a good situation for me if I just keep sending up tons and tons of troops in this one little streetway, the trebuchet is going to be able to chew me up. So I think it's pretty smart that he's retreating some of those pikemen, getting them away from the fight, so he can send in a couple troops at a time. Do we have an attack over here? We do have some infantry now pushing their forces over to this side. We've got some dismounted lancers and some axemen along with the marshals of the red awaiting for this advance. So this is pretty smart from Isengard. Now that there's no longer a cav presence over here. Well, I shouldn't say that. I shouldn't say that just yet. We got the Rohan bodyguards. Oh, a general has fallen. I think it was a goblin general. Or it could have been Rohan's general. I'm not 100% certain. I'm not 100% certain. Alright, so the forces are going to look at each other for a couple seconds, exchange some words. It's probably not very kind words. Not like, oh, you look good in black. That's a good fit for you. I like your armor. No, it's not like that. Something much worse. But I guess they're just going to hold right there. Got berserkers over here too. Oh, no, they're going to charge in. What a silly mistake from Isengard. Oh, it's not that bad. So Isengard definitely wanted to be the ones that attacked first so they could really get the pikes going so they could poke and kill their enemy. Now we got another wave of troops. This is just an epic charge. Look at all the units, the soldiers fighting in this one area. Now we have the Rohan's bodyguard going in for a cycle charge. They don't have lances. Oh yeah, that was not a good charge. Not a good charge whatsoever. That's alright. And the defending forces, now just, at this point, they're just cleaning up the dead troops who are dying on the battlefield, stabbing them, taking them out of their misery. But they are still getting shot pretty heavily with the arrows. Let's see what's going on here. Let's see how the cav is doing. So we got some Royal Guard going in for a charge against, what is that? Some Uruk-hai raiders. Ooh, yeah. Oh my god. Yes. Fantastic charge. So they're going to disengage there. And then here's the Royal Lords. Going after some Mountain Uruk archers. You know, just going after the very vulnerable units. Just trying to get them off the battlefield. Doing everything they can at this point. Because they still have a giant force to take care of. So Isengard's army, definitely not as impressive as it once was. But still very concerning. Oh, and finally we have some warg riders back over here trying to protect their infantry. See, it's got the Royal Guard. And then the Rohan bodyguards. The pikes in the back. Protecting the rear. Very wise, very smart. Let the infantry do the killing in the front lines. We do have some trebuchet fire coming in. And ballista fire, I assume. Oh yeah, there's that artillery. Oh, what is this? Uruk-hai bodyguard. The bodyguard. You see this gap right here? This is a concerning gap. You gotta close up that gap because the flank is now exposed for these axemen as the Uruk-hai continue to chip away at enemy forces. Berserkers are going to do a great job. This is where the Berserkers excel. In moments like this where it's extremely close combat, they can just swing their giant two-handed swords, split shields, and of course split skulls at the same time. So Isengard making great decisions there, doing a good job protecting their infantry against enemy cav. I mean, the cav's still able to get some good charges off against the raiders. But as long as they keep their army together, of course they're going to lose troops, but it could be way worse if they're completely, you know, spread out trying to attack that angle. Oh, now we got some Dunlanding veterans. So once again, we've got archers holding the inner streets. Even some shield maidens who are throwing their axes into this huge blob of infantry. If they don't get a kill, I mean, come on. This is a ripe target for skirmisher, for projectiles. Artillery really needs to focus down this blob. Alright, so we're reaching the end of this fight. I think we've got probably another solid 15 to 10 minutes. There's another charge. Beautiful charge from the Rohan bodyguards. Trying to take out the Blackback Mountain Berserkers. So they're going to disengage. They're going to fall back. The general is in this unit, so you got to be careful. I think he's just trying to keep this trebuchet alive. It's obviously a fantastic tool for their defense. Getting lots of kills. Oh, got some Warg Riders. 3 Warg Riders. It's like, hey, stop it. Stop it. Go away. Stop charging in the rear. Oh, look at these elders dual wielding with some daggers, it looks like. That's really cool. For the free people of Eriador, which again represent the mercenaries. Oh, we got another general down. I think that's an Isengard general. Or it could be KuroGuroChan's general, he's commanding the free peoples of Eriador. That was a nice downhill charge into the Uruk-hai raiders. Yeah, keep on moving that cav. Keep them going, because that's really your only hope. Isengard on their way, but that bounce of power, it's looking better for the defenders. It's slowly but surely, look at that. It's slowly but surely shifting to the other way. So this is going to be a close fight, guys. So far, Rohan has done an excellent job with their cav, able to just pick off very vulnerable units in the back and just continuously cycle charge and just rack up tons and tons of kills. Look at that mean force of pikemen just poking their way through the defenses. The defenses are being pushed back, though. We have the marshals of the Red Guard now in close combat. Great to see these guys in action because they do look really cool. I love the red shields. Looks awesome. And of course, we still have the Rohirrim cav looking for a target, which they could easily charge into the back. They got to move quick though, because we do have some pikes headed over this way. Oh, there they go, guys. The Royal Guard, fast moving, deadly cav, but they are going to be close into those pikes. They're going to be stuck in a long fight against those pikes. They're going to fall back though. Disengage, fall back. See, that's what you got to do over and over and over and hope to kill enough infantry. See how long the Red Guard can hold. They're going to fight to the death against such numbers, against such reckless hate. Where was Gondor? Dunedain Ranger, that's a nice unit to have nearby. So of course he's got the archer support. Oh my god, the Rohirrim cav running down some crossbows of Isengard. So I think the cav is just going to be too much for them. I mean, there's still a lot of Rohirrim cav in healthy numbers. There's a cheer. A great rally of the Rohirrim cav. He does have some pikes protecting the rear. The ballista's trying to soften up this defense. This rear guard, I guess you could call it. Oh yeah, look at that. The ballista's trying to soften them up. Maybe try to get some archer fire on this unit. I don't know if Rohan still has archers, but we'll see. Oof, that ballista getting really close to some friendly fire. Going right over their heads. Oh, dang buildings. The balance of power now in favor of the defenders. So it's looking really good, guys. Oh my god, the Rohirrims. The charge of cav, the spam of cav going down that hillside. Right in the backs. Of course, he's got the pikemen. You can see some pikemen trying to protect the rear, but is it going to be enough? And, I mean, the Marshals of the Red, they're just having a field day right now. Just swinging their great axes, chopping up these raiders. They're like, yeah, keep them coming. Who wants to fight me? Fight me. Yeah, they're doing pretty well. In other words, they're doing a good job. Alright, so let's get another charge from Rohan's bodyguard and the royal guard. Come on, take out your lances. Don't charge in with swords. Take out the lances. Nope, they're gonna go in with swords. All they need to do is get them to break. That constant rear charging could cause anybody to break. Trying to save the Marshals of the Red, but they're still going pretty strong. They've got about 56 men left in this unit. Oh, there goes a general. I think. Something going on over here. What's going on over here? So just another cab charge. Another cab charge. So they're victorious over on this side. Really, there's no threat here. So they can now send over the reserves who are protecting the side over to the front because they definitely need more support here. And now they're committing in the pikes into this fight. So the pikes that were protecting the rear of this battle, the street, now could easily be charged by some cav. I think that's what we're going to see soon. Yeah, the cav is now mobilizing, going over to the other side. This is the Royal Lords. The very heavy, almost like cataphract cav. Yeah, it's like a ton of chainmail on the cav with some steel plate as well. Yeah, send in support for the Red Marshals, or the Marshals of the Red. More cycle charges going in. He's doing everything he can to do with his pikes to try to protect his men. And there we go. The continuing of cycled charges into the Uruk-hai infantry. I'm sure we're going to see it back here. Yep, look at this. Here they come. You can see them in the back, charging in, trying to seal the deal for this battle. Oh yeah, the pikes doing everything they can. Oh, the cav's just not going to engage. Oh, we got pikes. Turn around. That's fine. Hey, you keep them away from the front lines. You know, you didn't get a juicy charge, but you did your job. I think the infantry's got, you know, they've got plenty of men. They're winded, but a lot of the Isengard forces, well, they're warmed up, but some of them are exhausted. They've been fighting for a very long time. Seeing their army just evaporated from enemy cav. And there we go, guys. Huge chain rout on the other side, thanks to the constant cycle charging of the Rohirrim cav and the solid body of men, the solid wall of men who, of course, are the Marshals of the Red, pinning the infantry in one place. For, you know, the Marshal of the Red were the anvil, and of course the Rohirrim cav, the royal guard, they were the hammer of justice. Yeah, they're gonna fall back, and mission accomplished. The supplies protected. Supplies very much protected. Now I think it's safe to say that Isengard is not going to be able to come out on top here. Most of their troops are gone. He's got a handful of pikemen who are already in a losing battle, and soon they're about to feel the wrath of the cav of Rohan. Let's see if they go for it. Even though he's got a lot of pikes here just waiting for him, he's gonna go for it, guys. Beautiful, beautiful, absolutely beautiful. So he might lose a lot of men there, but at this point it's like, whatever. They're going to win the fight. More infantry coming over this side. He definitely needs to send around some infantry. Is he doing that, though? No, he's just sending over Royal Guard. Yeah, send over the Marshal of the Red. Get them around here and just... Oh, there we go. There we go. He's pushing through. He's using his sheer brute numbers, his sheer numbers to break through this pike defense. And we are at the last couple seconds, the last couple minutes of this battle. And we'll go ahead and fast forward as we watch the pikes get brutally butchered by the axemen of Rohan and the cav of Rohan. And that's going to seal the deal. Or not. I guess we got a couple troops being a little resistant here. Oh, come on, just die. It's over. The battle's over. There we go. Clear defeat. This was a nice victory for the defenders because they took on a pretty impressive force. But again, really what it comes down to is just the cav. The cav really saved the day. So if we look at the kills, everyone did well on the attacker side. I mean, the only issue they didn't do is protect their army. They didn't protect it from the enemy, the enemy cav. And it's difficult because that's a tough location to attack. I mean, it's very defensive. They had artillery firing down in your ranks. Not much you could have done about it. Over on the other side, of course, we got two of the Rohan players. Look at that, 4,000 kills, 4,000 for both of them, and then the mercenary is getting almost 3,000. So that just shows how large. Look at that, how large this army was. Look how heavily outnumbered they were. That's quite impressive. So here's the kills for Miles, the catapult guy. So pretty cool stuff there. I wonder, like, what were the kills of the Rohirrim cav, because I'm sure they racked up a ton. So yeah, that's gonna wrap it up for today's scenario, guys. Thank you so much for watching. I hope you enjoyed this one. If you did enjoy it, be sure to leave a like, a comment, and share, and of course subscribe if you want to watch more epic battles, or don't, you know, do whatever. I'm not gonna make you do anything. But thanks for watching, guys, and I'll see you next time.